ring.
People, first of all, should be very careful. I mean, you can say things like this one's an asshole, this one's this, but like when you say something really like Robert Downey Jr. said something, like the man has a ton of money. Like if he really wanted to trace that paper trail or that digital footprint to where it started, you guys better be careful. That's all I have to say as a lawyer. Second of all, yes, that is all what's going on with book 23. Here's what I like when Diana doesn't want to talk about it and says the book was expensive. I just like to start at the beginning. Like, how much money? Like, I assume Amanda Bynes and hated. And I mean, I guess if it's being used as like a sex book to be purchased, it's you did it for free. But how did you get all these people? Like, you tell me Lisa Rinna did that for $0? I know she has a ton of money, but like, when she says it was expensive, I just go back to like, how much did you have to pay all these fucking people to be in this book? And what's George Clooney doing in there? He was ready to meet like a rich Middle Eastern or overseas or European woman. I mean, it sounds like it's overseas, like from Diana's home country. Like George Clooney was whoring himself out.
Well, I mean, that's where the internet and like all these feeds have taken it.
And if not, then what is this book? What is this art book? I mean, Madonna did her sex book with Vanilla Ice. And I mean, what was this book? Like, what was the purpose of it? I don't understand.
I would love, we got to get our hands on this. It was published in 2009. It was a coffee table book that featured racy photos of familiar faces, along with George Clooney, Cindy Crawford, Hayden Panettiere, Amanda Bynes, and her RHOBH co-star Lisa Rinna. The book depicts a year in the life of a Beverly Hills penthouse. All the proceeds from the book were donated to charity. However, what started as an act of kindness later became the center of a major controversy on an underground celebrity forum, Crazy Days and Nights. One commenter claimed to have proof that Diana's intentions behind the book were much more nefarious. Word on the street is that Diana was a madam in a past life. Is that true? She addresses the allegations. Rumors that Diana Jenkins was a madam. According to some pretty dated and unsubstantiated rumors, Room 23 was actually a catalog designed to covertly connect high-end Hollywood prostitutes with prospective Johns overseas. I mean, do we really believe this about George Clooney? I mean, maybe Rinna, but I mean, do we believe this about? There's no way.
It's all. I mean, again, all this was way before RHOBH, right? So it's like you knew this was going to come out, first of all, right? Like, you knew this was going to come out. I mean, right? This happened in her past. It's all just, listen, is it shocking to like, I'm not shocked. I think there's a lot behind Diana Jenkins' eyes. That is like, I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot under that surface. I'm not sure if this is it, but this is certainly what's out there. It's certainly what's out there. I mean,
this is the thing to me. It's out there because somebody on some stupid crap site that we've never heard of basically jumped in and said anything they wanted with an anonymous account. And to your point, as an attorney, I don't know why she's not, and maybe she is going after these people or have gone after them. I mean, the problem is, these trolls have nothing.
But this is why I don't have a gossip podcast. You and I don't gossip here. We're just regurgitating the news and giving our opinions. I have said this before. I personally don't understand all these. I'm not going to call out any Bravo web pages.
I'm with you.
I don't understand blind item. They're not true. They never turn out to be true. So it's like, is this like fan fiction? Like, I don't understand. Like, why are we believing things until they're true? I don't know. It's just stupid to me. Let's deal with the actual things that happen. Like when I woke up, drunk with my pizza in the bed and the empty bottle of vodka next to me, and I didn't know where I was. And I rubbed my eyes and I looked at the phone and it said, Erika Jayne is divorcing Tom Girardi. And I say, LOL. And then the phone starts blowing up and I'm like, holy fucking shit, Erika Jayne is divorcing Tom Girardi. Now I'm going to react. Now you got my attention. Now I'm awake because this is a real thing that's actually happening. And then look, Tom Girardi was a scumbag lawyer. Like, when things happen, I'm here for it. But Why are we talking about all these things that are just true or not true
I
until we
agree.
know?
I agree. And I think it's, I don't know, conspiracy theories in all aspects of our society have just like blown up over the past couple of years. I mean, I don't know if you watched that QAnon documentary. It was just, it was so good at revealing how unfortunately dumb people are. And, QAnon was basically started by this weird, creepy father son, combo that are expats that now live in Thailand and started a porn site that, did very well. And then essentially started QAnon and pretend like they're not QAnon and let it die. Anyway, the bottom line is people have fallen for this, lost friends, lives, money. And it's just like, it's the same crap with Diana Jenkins. None of this is true. You really think George Clooney was a high-end escort? I mean, no.
But I mean, I do think
stupid.
it wouldn't shock me if Diana has lots of darkness in this world. There is something there. There is something, but same with Crystal. This doesn't shock me. I've said before, I think Crystal, like, bravo, welcome to the game. Like, I think Crystal, who some people thought was maybe boring, I mean, if you're gonna make something up from last season and you're gonna pull that and say that Sutton said, I mean, bravo, girl, like, you're here to play, you know what I mean? And you're losing 14 friends. Crystal is like there's darkness there, she uses the word dark, like there's something behind those eyes. So I do think it wouldn't shock me if Diana had something. I mean, look.
No, I mean, I think she's kind of made comments and references to that she, had nothing. She wanted to make more of herself. She moved to London. She, worked her way. I mean, would it shock any of us? Like, if she, there was rumors she's a madam or she herself was like, I mean, tons of people do sugaring, tons of people.
Well, I was just going to say, like, I don't understand, like, what's the difference? I mean, I don't think we should compare a madam to Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, what's the difference if you're like Heidi Fleiss and running a high profile like call girl ring? I mean, legality might be an issue, but I mean,
I just think
I'm all for the sex workers of the world.
Oh, me too. My God. Yeah. 100%. I'm just saying, like, for people to believe this conspiracy that Robert Downey Jr. outed her, that she was running this child pedophile ring or like servicing, sending young Hollywood celebrities to Saudi Arabia. I mean, the amount of people that would have to be complicit. I mean, we've seen Jeffrey Epstein, right? How many people have come out and said, like, what a fucking creeper, and all these women that he abused. Like, I mean, for Diana Jenkins to run this ring and all these years later, nobody come out and say something, because it's not just like the celebrities, it's all the people around them that are helping aid this. I mean, that's what I'm saying, is that I think we need to stop, like, to your point, there should be legal repercussions for people that perpetuate these false stories.
Has Robert Downey Jr. made an official statement, or this is just so fucking beneath him that he has no interest in?
Yeah, I
does not know who Diana Jenkins or Lisa Rinna or Camille Grammer or Adrian Malouf are? Like, I mean, is there an actual statement from Robert Downey Jr. like, I'd like to distance myself, because this thing is going around, and if you read it, I mean, it also says, like, Hayden Panettiere left her poor mother, and she came to Diana for the money and all this other stuff.
Okay, well, this was published in July 29th, 2020 from the AP. Robert Downey Jr. did not blow the whistle on a Hollywood